As I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. Is it the father and daughter? I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so... Oh, it's the date. It's the... What's the dude's name? Shinya and Tomoe. I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
It's Noriko!
Konnichiwa, minasan kazu desu. Welcome back to Corpse Factory. Thanks for joining me. Let's continue. Show. Alright, so last time, Noriko and Tomoe got into a fight. She got slapped. I was not expecting that fight to break out. What the hell? And then she had like a seizure type thing in the toilets. I guess she was just too hyper. And now this is where we left off. She came home to her apartment. Alright, let's continue. Climbing the steps to my apartment is always a chore. I wished I moved into a building with an elevator, but I simply couldn't afford to when I first moved out on my own last year. These old apartment buildings creak and groan when you ascend the stairs. On top of that, you can hear the bustling of other people within their tiny homes as you progress up each floor. There's always a slight whiff of mold or mildew whenever I ascend the stairs. I want to chalk it up to the fact the building is so old, but it is possible some of the residents here don't keep their apartment very clean. At the very least, this neighborhood is decent. I feel safe in my home, even if it is small and cramped. And my neighbors are respectful, from what I can tell. Not that I really know them at all. In fact, the only neighbors I have regular contact with are the very same ones I leech Wi-Fi from. Some middle-aged divorced guy named Kenji, who lives on the floor below me, and his daughter Momo. Kenji is a decent enough guy. He works overnight, which unfortunately means Momo is left home alone a lot in the evenings. Momo is a sweet girl, perhaps 6 or 7 years old. Occasionally I hear her singing drift up into my apartment, but it doesn't bother me too much. She's just a kid. It's the very same Kenji and Momo that I bump into when I'm climbing the stairs this evening.
Oh, good evening.
Hello.
We're just on our way to get some dinner. Isn't that right, Momo?
Yes.
That sounds nice. I hope you have a good meal.
Thank you. Say, are you feeling okay? You look like you've been in some trouble. There's dirt or something all over that side of your face.
Yeah, she had a seizure just a moment ago. I tilt my head and reach a hand to my cheek. Sure enough, dry muck has blended into my makeup and caked over my face. It seems like my eyeliner has smeared as well. Is this from when I fell in the bathroom? Damn it, have I looked like this all day?
Oh, right.
I try to make up some lies so Kenji doesn't worry about me.
I actually fell asleep on the train home, and I guess the seats were kinda dirty.
Is that so?
You should wash your face and do your makeup again. I can help if you like.
I can't help but smile slightly at Momo's generous offer.
Thank you, Momo. I'll be sure to wash up and make myself look nice again. You should go have dinner with your dad.
The girl nods resolutely.
Well, I hope you're okay at any rate. Have you been working hard at the bank?
Oh, actually, I just work at the head office for the bank, so...
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Data something, right?
Yeah, data entry. It's a bit dull, but I'm happy enough.
That's good. That's very good. I know it's hard for kids like you to get good work in this economy. When you find a job like that, you really have to hold on to it. When I was your age, I could only find cleaning work. I must have had a dozen different janitorial jobs before I met Momo's mother.
I blink a couple of times. It's not like I talk to these guys often. Really, we hardly know each other. Still, I never heard him actually mention Momo's mother before. Most of the thing I know about him, I've just pieced together from context.
Mom?
Of course, things are different now. I have Momo, and her mother isn't around anymore. Cleaning work doesn't cut it these days. I was really lucky to get into security. It means I can work overnight while Momo sleeps, and I can still take her to school every day.
Security, of course, now I remember. He didn't mention when we first met what he does for a living. If memory serves, he works for a private security company. I assume he guards corporate offices or parking lots, something like that.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. hold on to a job if you like it. That's very important.
Thank you. I'm happy at Temujin, so I plan to stay there.
Very good. Oh, Momo was telling me earlier what she wants to do when she grows up. Weren't you, Momo?
Dad?
Come on now. Tell Noriko what you want to be.
A singer?
A
scientist.
Wow, a scientist. That's a great job. I'll be rooting for you, Momo.
The girl blushes and hides behind her dad.
She's inherited her mother's book smarts, I'm certain. She definitely didn't get her brain from me. Anyway, we're gonna get going. Enjoy your evening, Noriko.
Thank you, you too. Bye-bye, Momo.
Bye-bye.
The two of them bow their heads and follow the rest of the stairs down. I continue up the next flight of stairs, reach the landing, then turn the corner to enter my own apartment. The place is dark because I always make sure to cut the lights before I leave. Can't afford to leave any electricity running. My rent chews through most of my salary as it is. I flick on the lights and feel relief as the living room illuminates. My faithful couch and TV emerge from the shadows and I immediately feel at home. After throwing my keys and bags onto the coffee table, I slump down on the couch. What a day. I have an overwhelming urge to pull out my laptop and check my website for new requests, but my body needs to come first. I'm desperate for a hot shower. I'll need to cleanse my face, scrape the paint out from underneath my nails, and I'll definitely have to slip into a fresh set of underwear. Whatever happened in that bathroom today took its toll on my body and my clothes. Well, the night is young, I can relax later. For now, it's time to start scrubbing. The convenience store is a little more crowded than usual. The mundane chatter of business people, students, and workers buzzes in the air like a swarm of relentless flies. Throughout the drone of mingled conversations, I happen to catch a few interesting words here and there.
Have you seen that one website?
What do you mean by request a death?
My lips curled in a half smile, half snarl.
Since he always cheats, I thought I might upload his photo.
Oh,
And you think Corpse Girl really exists?
to hear so many people talking about Corpse Girl's website is enough to make my nerves tingle. However, I know they're not talking about it because of Akane Tsurumaki's death. As far as I can tell, her death wasn't reported to the news as a suspicious case. The only source of information I can locate was her obituary. And that didn't mention anything about foul play, so there's no way anyone could know that Corpse Girl was involved. People are talking about the website in the same way they always have. Like it's just an interesting topic of conversation, an icebreaker. One of those things you tell your friends to entertain them. And therein is my issue with the website as a topic of conversation. Is this an urban legend, a point of discussion that inevitably fizzles out and is forgotten? People talk about it, people visit the website out of curiosity, but very few people take action and request a death. That's the part that annoys me. If people don't actively participate, how can I prove myself to the world? How can Corpse Girl claim her victims if there's no victims to be claimed? As long as the website is simply a talking point, a myth, an icebreaker, then Corpse Girl's ambitions will remain unfulfilled. To be fair, I haven't yet provided a compelling reason for people to take the website seriously. The death toll is humiliatingly low. I need to ramp it up and step up my game, for Corpse Girl's sake. Until I manage to do that, people will continue to simply discuss the website in hushed tones, like it's some taboo fantasy that shouldn't be spoken of. But with some more time and some more victims, soon everyone will know to fear Corpse Girl. Thanks to the constant drone in the convenience store, I barely register the quiet melody of a ringtone. Eventually, my ears become keen enough to pick it out, and I answer my phone.
Hey,
Good morning, Noriko. Is this a bad time?
not at all. I'm at the convenience store.
Oh, good. I wanted to catch you before work.
No worries. I actually meant to call you yesterday, but the day got away from me.
That's okay. I wanted to ask if you spoke to Shinya yet?
I sure did. Guess what?
What?
You start work on Monday. You'll be doing data entry with me. We might even get to sit near each other.
Oh my gosh. Really? Are you telling the truth?
Of course. When have I ever lied to you?
Oh, Noriko. I'm so excited. Thank you. Thank you so much. Does this mean I can quit the maid cafe now?
Yep. Quit today if you can.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you.
Aoi, are you crying?
I'm so happy.
Making Aoi so overwhelmingly happy feels really good. I care so much for this girl. Her happiness is vital to me.
I owe you so much. And Shinya too. I know. I'll buy him a gift to give him on my first day. Do you think he'll like that?
Yeah, I'm sure he will. That's a great idea, Aoi.
What does he like?
I managed to spill the answer to that without having to think twice.
Crime novels.
Oh, really? Oh, his dad is a detective, right? Okay, I can get something like that. Right now, I'm going to march into the cafe and quit.
You tell him. Good luck, kid.
Okay, bye, Noriko.
The call ends and I smile. Aoi sounded so happy. I'm really glad that I could help her out. Oh, is this gonna go that smooth? Really? She deserved to be happy. I barely have time to select a can of coffee from the line of refrigerated shelves before my phone rings again.
Huh? Aoi?
Sorry to call again, Noriko. Something was bugging me, so...
What's up?
This is going to sound stupid. Did I thank you for getting me the job?
Oh, yeah, you did. A few times, I think.
Okay, phew. I just wanted to check. It was bothering me, and I didn't want to come off as ungrateful, so... you know what? Just to make sure. Thank you, Noriko. Okay, I'm going now, really. Bye-bye.
Bye, Aoi.
Okay, the call ends and my brow furrows. That was strange. Yes, but maybe not so strange for Aoi. I guess she really wanted to be polite. I shrug it off and return to selecting my coffee for the day. The office atmosphere is unusually somber when I exit the elevator. There are fewer people around than normal. Some executives I rarely see on this level are hovering around in one of the glass-screened cubicles to one side of the floor. I spy Shinya standing at his desk, talking quietly on the phone. He's nodding and bowing a lot, despite the fact that whoever's on the other end of the call can't see him. I want to ask somebody what's going on, but nobody seems to notice me arriving. I shuffle away to my desk and sit down. I spend some time looking over a spreadsheet of today's tasks. After going through it thoroughly, Shinya arrives in front of my desk, seemingly out of breath. Oh, it's not gonna go so well, is it?
Noriko, has anyone filled you in yet?
What's going on?
No, what's going on? Why is half the office empty?
Well, you see, somebody within the company died yesterday.
Oh, what?
Oh?
Who?
Somebody we know?
Shinya shakes his head slowly, his expression gravely serious.
Nobody you would have interacted with. She was an exec, up on the 21st floor. Apparently, she never showed up yesterday, but her coworkers just assumed she was taking a personal day. People started getting the news in the afternoon. She was involved in some sort of accident, and now she's...
Dead?
Shinya glares at me, his near pupils seemingly accusing me of being tactless.
Yes. Dead.
So, I mean, I get it's a tragedy and all, but how does this explain where everyone is today?
You should have received an email sent out by HR this morning. Basically, everyone is being offered professional grief counseling.
Seriously?
I think some people are taking up the offer, but I suspect some other employees are using the opportunity to skip out on work. Regardless, what happened to Miss Tsurumaki was a tragedy.
Oh!
So unexpected.
Oh! Oh! I blink a few times, getting ready to turn my back to my computer. Miss Tsurumaki?
Wait, what was her name?
Huh? Ms. Tsuramaki. It should be in the email. She had a young daughter and everything. It's really sad.
Hold on, whoa, a minute. Wait a minute. Is the daughter, wait, it's not Momo, right? There's no connection there, right? Akane Tsuramaki. Though I've never met her before, her face appears in my mind with startling clarity. Self-asphyxiation, an accident. She worked here? I can scarcely believe it. It's true that this is a massive company with thousands of employees Japan-wide, but still. For her to work in this very same building as me, it's too coincidental. It doesn't feel right. Would I have gone through with killing her if I knew she worked in my building? This scenario creates more questions than answers. The person that requested her death, do they also work here? It would have to be somebody who knows her well enough to want her dead. Odds are high that they work here as well.
You okay?
I realize I've been spacing out, and I turn back to Shinya.
Yeah, sorry. Just thinking is all.
Well, grief affects us all in different ways, I think. The details for the counseling sessions are in the email. Be sure to take up the company's offer if you think it'll help. As for me, I think I'll be okay. Some quiet reflection on the matter should help clear my head.
Sure, okay.
Plus, I have a date with Tomoe to look forward to. It's important to look ahead in times like these, isn't it? I think I read that somewhere.
Ugh, yeah, that's what they say.
Very well then. Do your best today, okay?
Right.
Shinya takes his leave and I let my shoulders slump. I killed someone from my office building, but I didn't know that at the time. Could my involvement be traced? Ooh. No, I was careful to cover my tracks. I deleted the photos from my computer, discarded the burner phone's SIM card, and trashed the phone itself. There's no way anyone would find out I was involved. Besides, I don't even know if authorities are treating the case as a murder. As far as general information goes, it would seem like it truly is being treated as an accident. I'm in the clear. I know I am. However, I sure would like to uncover the identity of the person who requested Tsuramaki's death. The thought that it could be someone I work with makes me way too curious. Oh my god. Ooh, what is this? Oh, is this her room? Despite work being eventful this morning, the rest of the day passed quietly. Even Tomoe kept her distance from me. I wonder if I scared her off when I casually mentioned reporting her to the police? Not that I actually would report her. That would lead to the police getting mixed up in my life, and I can't really have that, considering my moonlighting occupation. Especially now that I know I have a connection to Tsurumaki. I brush my hair in front of the mirror in my bedroom. I remove my makeup and reveal the ever so faint bruise on my cheek, the fading token of my fight with Tomoe. Since tonight is rather cold, I decide to snuggle up under the covers in bed with my laptop. I crawl into bed and pull the plush blankets up over myself. The warmth and softness is immediately comforting, and I have to fight the urge not to fall asleep here and now. To keep myself awake, I check the requests on my website. I'm pleasantly surprised to find there are 2 new requests. 2 in one day. My heart begins to race and I quickly open the messages. The first message reads, today 11:14 local time. Victim's phone. Image attachment not found. No image attachment. What? I thought I configured the website to reject requests unless an image is attached. This is really irritating. I got my hopes up for nothing. It takes me a second to remember that there's another request waiting. My optimism renewed, I hurriedly click into the unread message. 5:06 p.m. Victim's phone. Downloading image attachment. Who is this going to be? Yes, this request has been submitted correctly. The image is reloading before my eyes. Who is this? The new victim is male, early 20s. He's fit and athletic looking. His clothing is casual, so it's impossible to infer what kind of work he does. The photo of him is pretty simple. I don't know if he uses it for his noise profile or if it's an ID photo of some sort. Either way, he looks like a happy person. I'm not so naive to pretend I can guess at the reason this guy is wanted dead. Perhaps an ex has submitted his details after a bad breakup, or a jealous sibling wants him out of the picture. People's motivations are purely selfish. Requesting the death of somebody is guaranteed to be motivated by self-interest. So why did somebody want Tsunamaki dead? She was so plain looking, so uninteresting. She didn't even look like she was capable of even thinking about wronging somebody. Did somebody want revenge on her? Did someone simply find her so dull that the thought of removing her from the planet seemed appealing? I interrupt my own thoughts and return to the task at hand. Dwelling on a past victim won't do me any good if I want to continue my streak of success. This new guy is attractive. It's almost a shame to have to chop him up. Well, we all get what's coming to us. No sense in trying to avoid scarring a pretty face. Beauty is superficial anyway. I know that as well as anyone. No one deserves to be spared just because they're good looking. Beautiful people should suffer as much as anyone else. Beautiful people do suffer as much as anyone else. Take Aoi, for example. She's gorgeous, absolutely stunning, and definitely my type. What? But she suffers endlessly at the hands of cruel stalkers and patrons. Everyone suffers, beautiful or not. We all cop the crap we're dealt. What? We all cop the crap we're dealt? So why fuss over a beautiful corpse? This guy, or Aoi, or even Tomoe on a good day, beautiful people die the same way as the average person. The guy on my computer screen probably doesn't really deserve to die. I'm sure there's some petty reason his death has been requested. But I take all requests seriously. I won't turn a single one down. Corpse Girl's convictions will pave the way to her fame. With a smirk and a lick of my lips, I get to work. I got a nice, clear photo here, so I can go all out on the request. Ooh, I hit up the DD, the database of the deceased, and spent some time selecting a suitable base image. I hesitate between choosing an image of a corpse with a knife in its throat, or a body soaked in a bloody bathtub with its wrist slit. Either image would do just fine, but I really want something special for this latest victim. After all, I have the top of my last success, right? Another 5 or 10 minutes pass and I grasp at coming across the perfect photo. Thanks to my clever use of tags and filters on DD, this image matches my victim's description perfectly. 20 to 30 years old, athletic build, male. The corpse's legs are severed below the knees, bloody stumps leak their vital fluids from on high. The body is hanging from a set of power lines on some suburban street. It's perfect, beautiful even. It will help me create a beautiful death for a beautiful person. I kinda have to question the story behind this photo. I wonder if the police ever investigated and discovered what happened to the sucker. Well, regardless, this will serve my purpose. I download the highest resolution copy available and save it to my hard drive. My fingers trace along the computer's trackpad with practice movements, clicking, tapping, dragging at random intervals. The night carries on. My walk through the train station this morning is confident, cocky, self-assured. When I board the train, I even managed to take a seat for the first time in a while. I withdraw a worn book from my handbag and flip open the cover. There's a name scrawled in blue ballpoint pen on the first page, but it has become faded and illegible over time. I don't quite remember where I picked this book up. Maybe I discovered it at a second-hand bookshop. Who knows? I own so many obscure tomes that I can't be expected to recall purchasing every single one. Its aged cover and weathered spine both bear the same title. The book is written in English and is a slog to work through with my limited knowledge of that language. But I like to skim through it primarily for the photographs contained within. The examples of early image doctoring from centuries ago fascinate me. The book even features techniques and studies as recent as 1993 when it was first published. It's true that a lot of techniques discussed within are no longer relevant in today's digital age. However, there's a hearty section dedicated to the art of manipulating corpse photos, something that I am indeed very, very interested in. The most intriguing aspect of this section's content is that the featured artists perform the opposite kind of work that I do. Instead of manipulating images of the living to make them appear dead, the artists in the book edit images of the dead in order to make them look alive once more. In bygone eras when photographs of people were taken few and far between, a sect of artists dedicate themselves to honoring the memories of the deceased. They did this by making the photos taken upon death look beautiful and full of life. These photos were gifts to the family members and loved ones. The traditions make sense. Imagine if you lost someone dear to you and you have no photographs of them. Wouldn't it be wonderful to receive one last memento? A beautiful image of the way you remember them? Instead of using makeup to beautify a corpse, these artists apply paintbrush and pen directly to a photograph to seemingly bring the deceased back to life. The impressive aspect of this process is the way they illustrated the corpse's eye to look full of life. Even though it's a far cry from the work I do, I can't help but feel some sort of kinship with the artists discussed in this book. Surely we're cut from the same cloth. Browsing through the images in this book inspires me to work hard at my own photo editing. Many of the pictures are in black and white, but to me, that only drives home how impressive these old techniques were. I finished flipping through a chapter and closed the book. I hold the tattered tome close to my chest and breathe a sigh of satisfaction.
The next station is Shinjuku. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Chuo line, the Shonan Shinjuku line, the Saikyo line.
I quickly stuff the book into my handbag and get ready to disembark the train. When I'm certain nobody's looking, I carefully open the lid of the large dumpster in front of me. The stench of rotten food and who knows what else assaults my senses, and I reflexively gag and splutter. The staff at the convenience store really need to seal their trash in plastic bags before tossing it in here.
Ugh, this is disgusting. I have to stop doing this.
What do you toss? The raised open lid locks into place at a 45-degree angle, allowing my now free hands to retrieve a small black object from my handbag. Oh, the phone. It's a flip phone, a cheap plastic thing with a shiny charcoal finish. I open it up and tap on the retro tactile keys, confirming that I've completely deleted all sent messages and photos. Nodding to myself, satisfied, I cover my tracks. I eject the battery from the back of the casing and toss it in the dumpster. I then snap the phone in half along the hinge, separating the screen from the keypad. The screen crunches into pieces with a gratifying kitsch underneath my shoes. I retrieve the smashed parts from the asphalt, careful not to prick my finger on the sharp glass. With hardly a glance, I unceremoniously launch the broken parts of the phone into the dumpster. I clap my hands together to dust them off, then shut the dumpster lid and hurry away. I sidle between the brick wall of the convenience store and a narrow metal railing intended to keep people like me away from the dumpsters. Now in front of the convenience store, I finally feel I can breathe deeply without fear of inhaling the toxic contents of the dumpster. I let my lungs take their fill before nonchalantly crossing the street. I take care of my latest burner phone. Before leaving the office building, I crack the SIM card in half and dispose of it in the combustible trash. Now, with the phone itself destroyed and discarded at a different location, my mind is at ease. It has been slightly less than 24 hours since I messaged my latest victim, that athletic guy that I may have briefly fantasized about during my restless slumber. My general rule of thumb is to keep a burner phone for exactly 24 hours after sending a photo. However, I made an exception today. I wanted to discard the phone early, clear my anxiety, and get a full night's rest tonight. Besides, it's not like anyone ever replies to the messages I send. I love it when they did, but it is what it is. So really, there's no point holding on to the evidence of my wrongdoing for longer than necessary. If memory serves, I wrote today's date on the latest victim's timestamp, May 30, 10:31 a.m. The victim may decide to kill himself today, of course. He could end up just like Akane Tsurumaki. But if he's anything like her, he'll hold out until just a few hours before the designated time. He'll let panic, fear boil and build inside him until he just can't take it anymore. Or someone else will come along and end it all for him. I can't be sure. I still don't know what happened to Ryuri Hatano. Did she kill herself, or did someone else snuff out her life? Either way, I'll start researching obituaries tomorrow. I'm confident that this will be another successful request. If it is, I'll truly be on a winning streak. With butterflies in my stomach, I cross the road. On my route home, I usually like to trek through a small park close to my apartment, provided weather is decent. I avoid the park in the mornings, as a lot of people walk their dogs and I can risk my allergies flaring up before I reach the office. In the evening, the park is much emptier. I suppose I finish work a bit earlier than most people, so while everyone else is busy, I can enjoy the fresh air and scenery. I make my way along the neat, broad dirt path that connects one side of the park to the other. Wooden branches line the path at regular intervals, and at this time of the evening, it's common to see a homeless person or two using a bench as a resting place. The city has more homeless people than the general population would care to admit. I try not to think much of it as I walk by every day. I already know that many people have it worse off than I do, but there's not exactly anything I can do to help, right? Should I be giving these people money that I can't afford to spare? Wouldn't I just end up homeless as well? I'm not exactly broke, but I live month to month on my salary. It's expensive to live on the outskirts of Akihabara, and commuting to Shinjuku every day isn't exactly cheap either. Then you add an electricity bill, phone, food. I mean, I don't even eat unless I have to, but I starve if I didn't buy a meal every other day. And don't even get me started on the cost of the coffee I drink. If I'm lucky, I can score a can for 100 yen, but more often than not, I'm paying up to 150 for a single can. Even if I were to buy canned coffee in bulk from one of those huge variety stores like Don Quixote, Coyote? Is that what we're gonna call it? I still only saved a handful of loose change. And I wouldn't have access to familiar selections I get at the convenience store. I'm just thankful that I don't go out for drinks after work like most of my colleagues. If I had to buy a few rounds of beer every week, my bank account would definitely dry up. By avoiding that kind of group outing, not only do I save money, but I'm also not forced to spend more time around people. It's a win-win situation. Realizing I'm trudging along the path at a snail's pace, I tell myself to speed up at my gait. Toward the exit of the park, the silhouettes of two people on a bench come into view. The sounds of laughter carries on the wind, and I can't help but feel like I've heard the voices before. As I draw closer, a sinking sensation clutches at my stomach. Is it the father and daughter? I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so... Oh, it's the date. It's what's the dude's name? Shinya and Tomoe. I immediately get the urge to turn around, but I'm so close to home.
It's Noriko! Fancy seeing her here.
Noriko's here.
Tomoe and Shinya. Tomoe glares and flips her long hair behind her ear, with a shit-eating grin on her face. Shinya looks kinda out of place outside the office. His face is filtered by an especially uncomfortable expression. I start to wonder why these two are here, but then I recall that Tomoe did mention they were going on a date on Friday night. I suppose it's just my bad luck that I would run into them on the way home. Though, what are they doing here in Akihabara? I had to assume that Tomoe came here on purpose, just to spite me. Oh, I think so too.
On your way home?
Uh-huh. How's your, date?
We're having a blast. Right, Chen?
Yes, of course. A great time.
I wonder if Tomoe has been dragging Shinya along against his will.
Okay, well, I'll leave you to it.
Hey, we're gonna grab some chicken. Why don't you come with us?
We just said we're gonna leave, you asshole.
No thanks.
Yeah. Go on, get out of here, scram. I can't think of any worse way to spend an evening than eating with Tomoe. Damn straight.
Please come with us, Noriko.
Oh, you're in for a long ride, dude. Shinya has a dejected look on his face. It's pitiful, but he brought this date on himself, you see? Why should I have to bail him out?
Sorry, I've got things to do tonight.
Are you sure you're not just avoiding eating? Afraid to gain a bit of fat?
I honestly don't know what to say to that.
Say, Shin, you ever seen Noriko eat anything?
Well, now that you mention it, she never seems to eat at the office.
I eat at home, if that's okay with you.
What is this conversation? Just turn around and walk away. There's no reason to listen to this. It's not completely a lie. Sometimes I eat at home, sometimes I don't eat at all.
Come on, come get some chicken with us. You can throw it back up or whatever afterwards if it makes you feel better.
She's starting to get on my nerves. I swear she tries to identify my flaws and insecurities just so she can rub them in my face.
Tomoe, you're not being very nice to Noriko. Aren't you two supposed to be friends?
Where did you get that idea?
We're besties. Besties talk shit to each other, right, Noriko?
I mean, Noriko should just walked away at first, so this conversation wouldn't have continued, and then Tomoe would just look like an idiot talking to herself, right?
Right.
Huh. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Anyway, I'm going now. See you on Monday.
Okay. See you then.
Buzzkill. She's such a drag.
I let Tomoe words hang in the air as I walk past her. I'm pretty annoyed that she drags Shinya all the way here just to taunt me. Is this her idea of a good date? Does she care about Shinya at all, or is this whole thing just to annoy me? I'm pretty sure it's the latter. Tomoe dating Shinya doesn't even get under my skin. I don't have feelings for him at all. What does get on my nerves is simply the fact that Tomoe is trying so hard to get on my nerves. I know, she's so desperate. She is trying so hard. Oh my god, it's so annoying. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if I could carry on my way home without one final interruption. Tomoe calls out to me again. God damn, I would just slap this bitch right across the face to shut her up, dude. Oh my god, just to mute her, dude. Oh my god.
Your friend Aoi is gonna start work with us on Monday, yeah? How fun! I can't wait to meet a friend of Noriko's.
Oh my god. I grimace. I suppose Shinya told her about that. I turned back to face them both.
Don't even think about messing with Aoi. That girl has dealt with enough crap at her last job.
Ooh.
Oh, has she? Maybe big, strong Noriko can protect her now.
Please slap her. Please slap her.
I'd do anything for her. She's my best friend.
Ooh, you don't want to get on Noriko's bad side, dude.
If you had any friends of your own, you'd understand what that feels like.
Oh, that's a good burn.
Well, I got plenty of friends. And only some of them are sluts like you.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm going.
I finally managed to disengage from the conversation, even with Tomoe's mocking laugh piercing the air. I exit the park, cross the road, and walk down the block leading to my apartment. Tomoe. I have to wonder if that girl exists solely to irritate me. I think she's enjoying that, right? That's her sole purpose. Really, that's a good definition, dude. I have to tell myself she's not worth my time. I can't let her taunts get to me. Grin and bear it, as they say. That's what stoic, unflinching Noriko would do. Running a hand through my hair, I smile and approach my apartment building. You know what? I think I'm ending this here for today. That was enough for today. Jesus Christ. I swear, I don't know how to explain what I feel towards Tomoe. She is... what kind of person is that? Like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to explain... Like, what's her part in this? It's just to annoy you, right? Her part is just to annoy you, right? Oh my god, I cannot wait to see what happens to that bitch. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed too. I'll see you in the next one. またね。